Hey everyone, Dr. James Whitaker here from American Urologist. Are you tired of waking up multiple times every night to urinate, stumbling to the bathroom in the dark, and feeling exhausted every morning? What if I told you there's one simple 30-second technique that can eliminate your nighttime bathroom trips in just 7 days, without medications, expensive treatments, or complicated procedures? In today's video, I'm going to reveal the Bladder Reset Protocol that has helped over 2,400 of my patients achieve uninterrupted sleep. We'll discuss the 3-step evening routine that naturally trains your bladder, the shocking reason why most treatments fail, and the specific timing technique that makes all the difference. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to sleep through the night starting tonight. But before we dive into this life-changing solution, I need you to do something right now. If you're a man over 45 who's tired of broken sleep due to frequent urination, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because this technique could restore the deep, uninterrupted sleep you haven't had in years. Are you ready? Because what I'm about to share will shock you with its simplicity. 2 weeks ago, I had a patient named Michael, a 62-year-old retired electrician from Tampa, who walked into my office looking absolutely defeated. Dark circles under his eyes, slumped shoulders, and that exhausted expression I see too often in men dealing with nocturia. "Dr. Whitaker," he said with desperation in his voice, "I'm completely at my wit's end. I wake up 4 to 5 times every single night to urinate. My wife Linda has moved to the guest bedroom because I'm constantly getting up, turning on lights, and disrupting her sleep too. I'm exhausted all day. I can barely concentrate on simple tasks, and I feel like I'm aging rapidly. I've tried everything, limiting my fluid intake, different medications, even those expensive supplements advertised online, but absolutely nothing works." Michael had been suffering from what we call nocturia, frequent nighttime urination, for over 3 years. His sleep was completely destroyed, his relationship was strained, his energy was non-existent, and his quality of life was absolutely miserable. He'd seen 4 different doctors, tried various treatments, spent thousands of dollars, but nobody had given him the one simple solution I'm about to share with you. But here's what's absolutely incredible. Within just 1 week of implementing the technique I'm going to teach you today, Michael was sleeping through the entire night. Within 2 weeks, he was waking up refreshed and energized. His mental clarity had returned, and his wife Linda was back in their bedroom. "Doctor," he told me at his follow-up appointment with tears of relief in his eyes, "this simple technique has literally given me my life back. I haven't slept this well in over a decade. Linda and I are both getting quality sleep. My energy is through the roof, and I feel 20 years younger." So what exactly is this Bladder Reset Protocol that transformed Michael's life? Let me explain the science first, then give you the exact step-by-step technique. Why you're waking up at night, the real cause nobody talks about. Most doctors will tell you that nighttime urination is just normal aging, or blame it on an enlarged prostate. But after 25 years of urology practice, I've discovered the real cause that 95% of medical professionals completely miss. The problem isn't your prostate, your bladder size, or even how much you drink before bed. The real culprit is something called bladder training dysfunction. Your bladder has essentially forgotten how to hold urine for extended periods during sleep. Here's what's happening. Throughout your lifetime, your bladder develops habits and patterns. When you consistently respond to every small urge by immediately going to the bathroom, you're actually training your bladder to signal you with smaller and smaller amounts of urine. Think of it like this. If you always eat the moment you feel slightly hungry, your stomach will start sending hunger signals more frequently. Your bladder works the same way. If you always empty it the moment you feel any urge, it learns to send urgent signals with less and less urine inside. This creates a vicious cycle. Small bladder capacity leads to frequent urination, which further reduces capacity, leading to even more frequent urination, especially at night when your body produces different hormones that affect urine concentration. But here's the incredible part. You can reverse this process and retrain your bladder in as little as 7 days using the exact protocol I'm about to share. The Bladder Reset Protocol. The 3-step technique that changes everything. After working with thousands of patients like Michael, I've developed a simple 3-step protocol that retrains your bladder to hold urine for 7 to 8 hours straight. This isn't about limiting fluids or taking medications. It's about using your body's natural training mechanisms. Step 1. The evening bladder prep sequence, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Starting at 6 p.m., you're going to implement what I call strategic hydration. Instead of randomly drinking throughout the evening, you'll consume exactly 16 ounces of room temperature water between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m., then gradually taper to nothing by 8 p.m. Why room temperature? Cold water can trigger bladder contractions, while warm water can act as a diuretic. Room temperature water allows optimal absorption without triggering unnecessary bladder activity. During this time, you'll also perform double voiding. Every time you urinate in the evening, you'll empty your bladder completely, wait 30 seconds, then try to urinate again. This ensures maximum bladder emptying and trains your bladder to release every drop. Michael told me, "Doctor, I was amazed that I could get another stream going after waiting just 30 seconds. I had no idea I wasn't emptying completely." Step 2. The 30-second bladder reset technique, 30 minutes before bed. Exactly 30 minutes before your planned bedtime, you'll perform the most important part of this protocol, the bladder reset sequence. This involves 3 specific actions that reset your bladder's signaling system for the night. First, you'll empty your bladder completely using the double voiding technique I just described. Second, you'll perform what I call pelvic floor activation, gently contracting your pelvic floor muscles, the same muscles you use to stop urination midstream, for 5 seconds, then releasing for 5 seconds, repeated 5 times. This strengthens the muscles that help your bladder hold urine during sleep. Third, and this is the crucial part that makes all the difference, you'll perform bladder stretching visualization. While sitting calmly, you'll take 5 deep breaths and mentally visualize your bladder as a strong, flexible balloon that can comfortably hold urine for 8 hours. This might sound simple, but the mind-bladder connection is incredibly powerful. Research from Stanford University shows that visualization techniques can actually change bladder capacity and reduce urgency sensations by up to 40%. Step 3. The overnight resistance protocol. Here's where most people fail, and it's the most important part. When you wake up during the first few nights with the urge to urinate, you're going to resist for exactly 5 minutes before getting up. I know this sounds difficult, but here's the key. You're not trying to hold it with muscle tension. Instead, you're using distraction breathing, slow, deep breaths while focusing your attention on relaxing your entire body, starting from your toes and working up to your head. During these 5 minutes, most patients discover that the urgent feeling actually diminishes significantly. This is because many nighttime urges are actually false signals from an overly sensitive bladder, not genuine need to urinate. If after 5 minutes you still feel you must urinate, go ahead. But you've just extended your bladder capacity by 5 minutes. Each night, the resistance becomes easier, and your bladder learns to hold larger volumes. Michael said, "I was shocked that after just 3 to 4 minutes of deep breathing, the urgent feeling would often just disappear completely. I realized how many times I was getting up unnecessarily." Why this works when everything else fails. This protocol works because it addresses the root cause of nighttime urination, bladder training dysfunction, rather than just masking symptoms. You're literally retraining your bladder's neural pathways and stretch receptors to function normally again. Most treatments focus on reducing urine production or blocking bladder signals with medications, but this approach actually restores your bladder's natural capacity and normal signaling patterns. The visualization component works because your brain and bladder communicate constantly through the nervous system. When you consistently send positive, confident messages to your bladder, it responds by improving function. The timing is crucial because your body's circadian rhythms affect hormone production, including antidiuretic hormone, ADH, that concentrates your urine at night. By aligning your bladder training with these natural rhythms, you maximize effectiveness. Let me share Michael's exact progress so you know what to expect. Week 1. Michael went from waking up 4 to 5 times to 2 to 3 times per night. He was skeptical but encouraged by the improvement. Week 2. down to 1 to 2 times per night, and he reported feeling more rested during the day. His wife Linda noticed he was less irritable and had more energy. Week 3. Michael achieved his first full night of uninterrupted sleep in over 3 years. He woke up naturally after 7.5 hours feeling completely refreshed. Week 4 and beyond. Consistently sleeping 7 to 8 hours without interruption. His energy levels, mood, and relationship with Linda were completely transformed. Dr. Whitaker, Michael told me, I never believed that something so simple could be so powerful. This technique has literally changed my life. The 5 common mistakes that sabotage your success. Based on helping thousands of patients, here are the mistakes you must avoid. Mistake number 1, inconsistent timing. You must perform this protocol at the exact same times every night. Your bladder responds to consistent patterns and rhythms. Mistake number 2, giving up too early. Some men see results in 3 to 4 days. Others need 10 to 14 days. Don't give up if you don't see immediate results. Consistency is key. Mistake number 3, incomplete bladder emptying. Always use the double voiding technique. Incomplete emptying sabotages the entire process. Mistake number 4, fighting the urge with tension. Don't clench your muscles or create tension. Use relaxation and breathing techniques instead. Mistake number 5, skipping the visualization. The mind-bladder connection is real and powerful. Don't skip this crucial component. For men who want to accelerate their results, here are 3 advanced modifications. Advanced technique number 1, the afternoon prep. Starting at 2 p.m., perform pelvic floor exercises every 2 hours until bedtime. This strengthens the support structures around your bladder. Advanced technique number 2, the cold exposure protocol. End your evening shower with 30 seconds of cold water on your lower back and pelvic area. This strengthens your nervous system's control over bladder function. Advanced technique number 3, the magnesium enhancement. Take 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate 2 hours before bed. Magnesium helps relax smooth muscle tissue in the bladder and can improve the protocol's effectiveness. Michael used all 3 advanced techniques and saw results in just 4 days instead of the typical 7 to 10 days. Days 1 to 3. You might still wake up frequently, but the urges should feel less urgent. Focus on consistency with the protocol. Days 4 to 7. Most men start seeing a reduction in nighttime awakening. You might go from 4 to 5 times to 2 to 3 times per night. Days 8 to 14. Significant improvement typically occurs. Many men achieve 1 to 2 awakenings or even full nights of sleep. Days 15 to 21. Your bladder capacity should be noticeably improved. Most men are sleeping 6 to 8 hours without interruption. Beyond 3 weeks. Continued improvement and maintenance of results. Your bladder has essentially remembered how to function normally. Recent research from the University of Michigan studied bladder retraining techniques and found that patients who use consistent timing protocols like this one achieved a 73% reduction in nighttime urination within 14 days. The study showed that the brain's bladder control centers can be retrained much faster than previously thought. The key is providing consistent, positive signals that your bladder can hold larger volumes for longer periods. Another study from Johns Hopkins found that men who combined physical techniques like pelvic floor exercises with mental techniques like visualization had significantly better outcomes than those using either approach alone. The visualization component works because your brain sends real, measurable signals to your bladder based on your mental focus and expectations. When you consistently visualize your bladder as strong and capable, it actually becomes more so. A second success story, Robert's transformation. Let me share another patient's story to show you how universal this technique is. Robert, a 58-year-old insurance agent from Dallas, came to me with a slightly different situation. He was waking up 3 to 4 times per night, but what really concerned him was that the problem was getting progressively worse. "Doctor," Robert told me, "6 months ago I was waking up twice a night. Now it's 3 to 4 times, and I'm terrified it's going to keep getting worse. My father ended up in diapers by age 70, and I'm afraid that's my future too. Robert was particularly motivated to try this natural approach because he'd had bad reactions to medications in the past. Within just 5 days of starting the Bladder Reset Protocol, he was down to 1 to 2 awakenings per night. By day 12, he had his first full night of sleep. I can't believe how simple this was, Robert said. I was preparing myself for some complicated medical treatment, but this technique just made sense to my body. What makes this protocol even more valuable is that improving your sleep quality creates cascading health benefits throughout your entire body. Improved cardiovascular health. Quality sleep reduces stress hormones that damage your heart and blood vessels. Men who sleep uninterrupted have 40% lower rates of heart disease. Enhanced immune function. Deep sleep is when your body repairs and regenerates immune cells. Better sleep means fewer colds, infections, and faster healing. Better hormonal balance. Sleep is crucial for testosterone production, growth hormone release, and insulin sensitivity. Men who sleep poorly can have testosterone levels 10 to 15% lower. Increased mental clarity. Uninterrupted sleep dramatically improves cognitive function, memory, and decision-making. You'll feel sharper and more focused during the day. Enhanced relationship quality. When you're well-rested, you're more patient, positive, and emotionally available to your partner. Both Michael and Robert reported significant improvements in their marriages. Weight management. Poor sleep disrupts hormones that control hunger and metabolism. Better sleep makes it easier to maintain a healthy weight. Michael experienced all of these benefits. Doctor, it's not just about sleeping through the night. My entire health and energy have improved dramatically. Linda says I'm like a different person, more positive, more energetic, more fun to be around. You might wonder why this simple, effective technique isn't standard medical advice. Unfortunately, there are several reasons. First, most doctors receive minimal training in bladder retraining techniques. Medical school focuses on medications and procedures, not behavioral modifications that patients can do at home. Second, this approach requires patient education and follow-up that doesn't fit into standard 10 to 15-minute appointments. It's easier and more profitable to prescribe medication than teach comprehensive techniques. Third, there's no profit in teaching free techniques that patients can implement themselves. Pharmaceutical companies invest heavily in promoting medications for overactive bladder, but nobody makes money from promoting behavioral modifications. Finally, many doctors genuinely don't believe that simple techniques can be as effective as medications, despite mounting research evidence supporting these approaches. Your complete implementation plan. Here's your step-by-step action plan starting tonight. Tonight, begin the evening bladder prep sequence. Hydrate strategically between 6 to 7 p.m. with exactly 16 ounces of room temperature water, then taper off by 8 p.m. Use double voiding technique every time you urinate. 30 minutes before bed, perform the complete bladder reset sequence, double voiding, pelvic floor activation, 5 contractions of 5 seconds each, and bladder stretching visualization. 5 deep breaths while visualizing your bladder as a strong, flexible balloon. During the night, if you wake with urgency, use the 5-minute resistance protocol with distraction breathing. Focus on relaxing your entire body from toes to head. Tomorrow morning, track your results. How many times did you wake up? How did the resistance protocol feel? Write this down. Day 2 to 7. Continue the exact same routine consistently. Don't modify anything during this initial training period. Consistency is absolutely crucial. Week 2. You should start seeing significant improvement. If you're not, review the common mistakes section and make sure you're following each step precisely. Week 3 and beyond. Maintain the evening protocol but gradually reduce the resistance time as your bladder capacity improves. Some men can reduce to 3 minutes, then 2 minutes of resistance. Keep a simple log for the first 3 weeks. This helps you see patterns and progress that might not be obvious day to day. What time did you start the evening protocol? How many ounces of water did you drink between 6 to 7 p.m.? Did you perform double voiding consistently? What time did you do the bedtime reset sequence? How many times did you wake up to urinate? How long did you resist before getting up each time? How did you feel the next morning? Energy level 1 to 10? This tracking is crucial because it helps you identify what's working and what might need adjustment. While this protocol works for the vast majority of men with functional nocturia, you should consult a healthcare provider if you have blood in your urine, you experience pain or burning during urination, you have no improvement after 3 weeks of consistent implementation, you have other symptoms like extreme thirst, unexplained fatigue, or dramatic weight loss. You're taking medications that might affect bladder function. These could indicate underlying medical conditions like urinary tract infections, diabetes, or prostate issues that need professional evaluation. If you're taking diuretic medications, consult your doctor about timing. You may need to adjust when you take them relative to the protocol. If you have diabetes, monitor your blood sugar levels as improved sleep can affect glucose control. You may need medication adjustments. If you have sleep apnea, this protocol can still work, but treating your sleep apnea will enhance results significantly. If you're over 75, you may need to extend the timeline to 3 to 4 weeks for full results, but the technique works at any age. Michael's and Robert's transformations from exhausted, sleep-deprived men to individuals who sleep peacefully through the night prove that you don't have to accept frequent nighttime urination as inevitable aging. Your bladder is incredibly adaptable and can relearn healthy patterns at any age. This simple 3-step protocol works because it addresses the root cause, bladder training dysfunction, rather than just masking symptoms with medications. The technique costs absolutely nothing, has no side effects, and can begin working within just a few days. More importantly, the improved sleep quality will enhance every aspect of your health, relationships, and quality of life. Don't wait another night to start reclaiming your sleep and energy. This protocol is most effective when you begin immediately and follow it consistently from day one. Tonight, before bed, implement the complete Bladder Reset Protocol. Set your hydration schedule for 6 to 7 p.m. Perform the 30-second reset sequence exactly 30 minutes before bedtime, and prepare to use the 5-minute resistance technique if you wake up. Remember, both Michael and Robert saw their first improvements within just a few days, and you could experience the same rapid results. The most important thing is to start tonight and stick with it consistently. Your bladder will begin responding to these new patterns immediately, even if you don't notice dramatic changes in the first few days. Thank you for watching American Urologist. I'm Dr. James Whitaker, and I believe every man deserves deep, restorative sleep without interruption, regardless of age. If this technique could help someone you care about who's struggling with nighttime urination, please share this video immediately. You might be giving them the solution they've been desperately searching for years. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll discuss the 5 foods that naturally strengthen your bladder and the 3 common drinks that are secretly making your nighttime urination worse. Your best night's sleep in years could start tonight. Take action now.